Okay, it's working. Hi there. My name's Brian J. Shaw. I'm the artistic associate at the N series, and I'm here today to talk about Here Be Sirens by Kate Soper, which the N series presented back in March of 2020 at Gala Hispanic Theater, just before all of the COVID-19 things came to a head. And given the pandemic, we've actually got special permission from Kate Soper to stream our video footage of the production from March. And I have here with me Noelle McMurtry, who was in the show as well as the co-curator of the Women's Composers Festival. And we're going to talk a little bit about the piece and about what audiences might need to expect. But I wanted to start letting Noelle talk a little bit about discovering Kate Soper and why she chose to encourage it to be included in the festival.
So one of the things I love about Kate Soper's music is the way she uses the voice as an expressive instrument. Being a singer, that's my primary instrument. And she really employs the voice's full capabilities. Sometimes it's called extended techniques. But not only does she use what you would call bel canto singing, like a beautiful legato line where all your vowels are in line with one another, but she uses gestures, vocal gestures like whispers and moans and shouts and vocal fry. And I just find it so exciting and dramatic. And it really gives the singer the permission to try new things and break out of certain constructs that we have about what is beautiful and what is ugly. And really kind of explore what your voice is capable of and how your voice can be expressive. And another thing I love about Kate Soper's music is the way that she uses collaboration. So specifically in the opera, it's this group of three sirens, three sopranos, who are on stage together the entire time for 90 minutes. And we accompany ourselves and one another on a piano. And so it creates this, and we use extended techniques, this piano. We bang on it. We use fishing wire to basically, I'm not quite sure what the right word would be, to, Brian, to what, the string?
I don't know.
I'm
To make
sorry.
the strings sing. That's what I
Yes,
would say.
exactly. So we use fishing wire to make the strings hum and sing. We also use glass bolts to hit with the inside of the piano to create a very like a resonant, booming, sort of spooky noises. And all of this collaboration we do together in real time. Once the opera begins to the very end, we have to lean on one another and collaborate with one another in real time. And that is really satisfying as a singer and as a performer to really be able to create that sense of community on stage. It feels very visceral. Sometimes it feels very risky, but it's also, I just think, incredibly rewarding. So those are some of the reasons I love her music.
Absolutely. I actually think it's really lucky that we're able to stream this and folks will be able to watch this from the comfort of their own homes. Part of the other really cool thing that I find about this piece about Here Be Sirens is that the work itself is a patchwork of Kate Soper's own texts. She's written all of the script, but in that are lots of the words and quotes of people like Sappho and Homer and Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, and there's even poetry by Edna St. Vincent Millay, and all of this is layered into the book portions of the show, as well as the music. And luckily for you all at home, we've actually got a PDF that you'll be able to download that'll include the synopsis of the show, as well as a lot of those translations that you'll be hearing. So if you hear words that you're not recognizing, you'll be able to check in with those and get a good idea as to what's happening for you on stage as well. Tell us more about your character of Polixo in the show, as well as your sisters.
Sure, yeah. So as I mentioned before, the cast of the opera is comprised of three sopranos, and we are three sirens. Calixo, Peitho, and Phano. And basically our home is this island. We're not really quite sure where it's in the middle of what ocean. And we're not quite sure what the time period is because since sirens are mythological, it could be now, it could be in the past, it could be in some eternal time loop going over and over again. But we all are sort of stuck together on this island, being sirens. And my character, Polixo, she's in the middle of a real existential crisis. She It has just dawned upon her that she is a siren, and she's not really sure what that means, why she is one, and what her future will be. Like, does she have to be a siren forever? Is she going to be stuck on this island with these two other sirens for all eternity? Can she break out of that and find some other identity or existence for herself? Is her past and present and future already written and it's completely out of her control? Uh, Her other two sisters, Phano and Patho, are in like very different sort of existential spaces. Phano, who actually spends a good deal of her time in the opera at the piano, is sort of already subsumed into her siren self. So she's really accepted what her existence is, and she has a sort of mythological mystery about her, as if she understands things in the universe that basically that Patho and Polixo just haven't comprehended yet. And she's very quiet. She's the least amount of text in the opera. And then Patho is on the other side of the spectrum. She literally, in the very beginning of the opera, discovers how to speak for the first time. Before, all she did was sing to lure the sailors. And she is very sort of questioning of her environment. She hasn't reached the kind of middle existential crisis that Polixo, my character, is in. And I think you'll notice that Polixo, my character, she is the most text in the opera. She basically is constantly talking in these very long monologues and taking advantage of the fact that she knows how to read. And she's read all of these books, and she's using all of these references from, ancient Roman and Greek philosophers all the way up until philosophers of today, just trying to figure out what her existence is. And it's literally driving her crazy. And her arc throughout the opera is basically dealing with those questions that in a way we all deal with, whether we're sirens or not. And what she ends up discovering in the end about herself. And that really is the dramatic arc of the opera, I think.
It's almost like these sirens are stuck in quarantine during a pandemic, stuck on this island,
Yes.
having to grapple with their very existence as the world
Yeah.
may be crumbling around them. Well, thanks for talking this morning, Noelle. This has been great. I hope that you all are able to enjoy Here Be Sirens by Kate Soper. And again, in order to access the video, all you need to do is fill out the Google form, which will then provide you a password to stream the video on Vimeo. And again, as a reminder, you're able to download from that the PDF with the translations, as well as a synopsis of the show to give you a little more context. Enjoy.